Hello, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Just to say, Shah loves you. And yes, we're on Twilight Wednesday. So today we're going to talk about all the unknown and the unexplained, what's been scattered around the world, and our timelines throughout. So we have Alex with us as well. Alex, woo woo.
Oh,
How you doing, mate? You okay?
fantastic.
Brilliant. What's
Happy
the
to be
what's
here.
the weather like over there in the States?
Finally warm. It's in the 70s now. Get into
Oh.
spring, almost summer. Almost summer.
Yeah, I'm getting the summer vibes as well. But the last couple of days we've had like this horrible, horrible storm. It's like raining constantly. I'm like, where's the sun, man?
Oh,
It's unlike
it's coming.
Greece. Yeah, it is. It's definitely coming. Right, so today we're going to be talking about all sorts. So we thought we might just throw off a couple of maybe extraterrestrial stories and maybe events or things what have actually happened to us. So yeah, extraterrestrials is it's a part of us. It's always it's no matter where what timeline you've been in. There's always been stories. They're in cave paintings. They're in ancient books. They're in ancient scriptures. So and as well at time frames they used to use different scenarios and different words for extraterrestrials. you know. So in a lot of holy books, they used almighty angels, wings. People who come from the sky who could fly. So it was a kind of loads of timelines. They changed and they formatted for whatever suited their language at the time to describe what these angels or extraterrestrials were. So yeah, that's from my background of what I've known. I know so much more about it as well, but we all have our own different stories. So yeah, what's your experience of any extraterrestrials, Alex?
My experience is mainly with a collective I like to call the Mantis, who are sixth density, sixth dimension beings that have just really shared the light into me and helped me expand
Wow.
my seeing in this path.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I cherish the connection and I'm so blessed that I've been able to have the exposure to experience.
So do you think they've boosted you or they've like guided you? Do you see it? Do you see them often, or do they just pop up every now and then when I don't know when you're ready or
It's definitely like looking back, if you like using hindsight, I could definitely see them popping in, but so much until my awakening, until my like awareness of things, they were popping in all the time and I just didn't even know. Just
yeah.
taking so many different forms because at that level form is not really applied. So they just have been guiding and helping me in so many different versions of themselves. And whenever a guide is helping you too, it's just so cherishable because like they have to convert their form to contact your form. It's like a whole process. We're so lucky.
Yeah, it is, it's deep, it really is. And yeah, same as well. I see it as a similar kind of version where they have to work their way into our lives to give us the message, you know? It's
Yes.
like they have to go through a whole process, to get through their system to try and get this message out. It's like a race, you know?
Because they feel the pressure too. It's like time doesn't exist, but we all want our goals to happen
Yeah, we
now.
we do, and I think this is what the frequency we're feeling now. Everyone's coming together now. Everyone's creating a almighty frequency, and we're all connecting, and we're all thinking and talking the same. And I feel like this is a kind of a mass awakening, you know, mass
A
awakening.
mass remembering.
Yeah, it is. You're right. We were coming of age again, and now the knowledge is in us. We cannot um, suppress it anymore. We have to keep it going because it's just there, ready to burst out. All this information, arts and technology and styles that we never knew we could mold or even comprehend to actually do ourselves. But all these different little talents are coming out now, you know, and it's just like, wow, okay, you know, this is life's goods, you know. I'll just older I get, the better and the more wiser I'll get to learn. So yeah, I am I'm blessed as well. I'm very blessed that we're getting these secret little messages. If you're awoken enough, you know, people, you know, might not understand of what we're talking about, but there are times I believe where we come of age and we're just ready. You know, we're ready to do what we wish to do because they're telling us to do it. They're giving us, then they're pushing us. They're giving us the
I'm guided.
knowledge. They're guiding us, and as well, you know, the angels they put in front of us. It's just phenomenal. It really is. It's phenomenal. So, do they speak to you in a language, or do they channel through you, or do they give you visions or signs? What do they do?
It's in moments like it'll be like you know how you have an epiphany, like
Yes.
that sensation that comes over you in the epiphany.
Yeah.
A lot of times when I have an epiphany, whether it's a sober epiphany or a drug-induced epiphany, I'll feel them on my right shoulder, just hand on my shoulder, just being like, and connect that dot and that dot, and that's a second epiphany. Like they help me connect the puzzle pieces of epiphanies together when the epiphanies happen. Like
Oh.
because before I acknowledged their existence, it was like I was getting all these like downloads and all these epiphanies and things, but then like just like what do I do with all this chaos?
Yeah.
And it's like they're really helping me be like, okay, that connects to that piece, and like just if that makes
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Of course it does. You know, it does,
sense.
and that's what it is. It's like a puzzle. You know, our life is just a puzzle. You know, we're just about trying to find the pieces to put it together. And sometimes it takes people longer than others, you know, just like in real life. Some people can do it super fast. Some people are like, I'm going to take my time with this, you know. I enjoy making puzzles. I'm just going to do maybe 6 pieces today and then 6 pieces tomorrow. You know, you just get people who
Some of
just
us
do.
want to do 100 puzzles in a day.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Everyone has their own pace, just in the life, just in the way of teaching as well. You know, you can never force anyone to learn because eventually it will backfire, and the individual will want to do what the individual wants to do. You know, so as much as you can be forceful and be very, you know, strict and try and bombard this information to a student of any sort, if the person or the student does not solely feel it or resonates on this learning, then it's not gonna really take it all in, you know. So this is why we need to be very patient of what we information or who we want to teach. It's because some people just won't want to listen. Some people have their own path and their own arts and their own frequency, what's gonna make them a great person, but they just haven't come across it yet. I know it's easy for parents to go, oh, this is what I did in my life. So, you know, son, I think this is what you got to do, or daughter, this is what you got to do. You got to carry the bloodline or the family name. You know, this shop's been in the family. I understand that. Yeah, of course, that's a kind of just keeping tradition. But we're living in a stage now of life where things are changing every day. The world's changing every day. Miracles are happening every second. You know, we're finding out, we're creating. This world is working in such a fast speed and pace that if people say there ain't no influences by a higher civilization, then I'm afraid to say that you need to check out what you're drinking. You know, you need to drink. You need to check your drinking water. You know, because you know there's definitely things going on worldwide, and if the people out there want to stay in the sheep mentality of mind, then so be it. But for people like us who want to give the message out there and show it that, you know, there is a world of unseen world what we're not getting told about, God, it's our duty to tell the people about this stuff.
Yeah.
So
share the
yeah,
message. It's
def-
evolution or tradition.
yeah,
Choose your, choose
yeah,
one.
definitely, yeah. So if in all your like in your research and all your maybe experiences, yeah, in life, down to extraterrestrial, what's been the calling? Is there been anything what's been like something deep inside you? Like for me, it's a kind of I've always wanted to decipher Sumerian texts, you know, the clay tablets. I've always wanted to do these. I just do it because it's the beginning. It was the first writing ever been put on the planet, and it says so much. So that's one of the things I've always been fascinated to do. Only because the documentary I've learned about other extraterrestrials who have been playing around with the human race. So when I found out about this story, I was like, right, I've got to do the research. I've got to find out from all the different people. So and all the different high scientists and investigators, and just do so much research to try and come up with my own conclusion. So yeah, so what's been your kind of what's your hunger? You know, what's something that's been pulling you towards something?
I guess my main hunger is the imagination. Like the human imagination on its own is so fascinating, and my first call to that was with Carl Jung and just deep diving into all his shadow work and all his
Wow.
active imagination techniques and things like that, and that just blew my mind. And then I started to think about the collective imagination and collective unconsciousness and things like that, and my brain immediately took me to, well, I want to interact with other dimensional, other planetary imaginations. Because if this is what we've created over years and centuries and programs over and over into our imagination here on the human sphere, all my brain thinks about is like, what are those other spheres imagining?
Yeah.
So that's kind of been my goal in reading all these different texts, is just to build that bridge to communicate ideas of what we see when we close our eyes through all the different veils.
Wow. Wow, man. You you just froze up a bit. I don't know if that's at my side or your side. Can you see? Oh no, you're good. Yeah. So wow, that's crazy because it was really weird what you just said there because the video I sent you talks a bit about that what you just described.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So you know.
Divine minds.
Yeah. Divine timing. Yeah. And it is, and I think there is a lot out there. What's going to be? It's going to be released now. You know. And they can't hide the truth anymore, as you're seeing worldwide. This this war is not a war; it's a spiritual war. You know what's coming, what's happening now between this Ukraine and Russia. Ukraine is nearly is a big resource. It's a massive supplier around the world. That's the only reason Russia wants to go in there because Russia's running out of resources, you know, and they need this little plot because if they have that, that's going to feed them for another 100 years, you know. So there's so much behind the story of what all this is all about. Am I jumping? Is it you? Is it okay? Okay, yeah.
Cut out a little bit, but
Okay, yeah, because I suppose I shouldn't be talking about that maybe. But again, it's all thrown back to extraterrestrials, you know? Don't forget, I know it's deep, I'm talking deep, yeah, to everyone, but it goes deeper than we all think. We've been, what's the word? That we've been into, invaded. We've been invaded many, many times. And I'm not talking about a alien invasion to take over the planet. I'm talking about individuals. You know, it's easy for extraterrestrial to jump into an individual. You know, because there's so many different versions. We don't know all of them. We don't know their abilities and their powers and what they can do and what they can't do and what they're here to do. All we know is we know they're here. Well, some of us know. So once we all know, a majority of us they're here, then that's when we get to step up to the new stage. You know, That's when we get to step up to the Star Wars era, where we're mingling and shopping and, you know, exploring and going to different planets and going to cosmos, mingling around with all different entities and civilizations from around the cosmos. So that time is gonna come. I don't know if it's gonna come in our time life, but you know, it's always been a wish since I've been a little peewee, since I've been a little kid.
I think that's a lot of people's wishes, and I think as we keep wishing and keep realizing that time can fall apart with just processing, we can be in it.
Yeah, you're right. It's a manifestation, and the human beings is probably one of the most powerful beings on the planet. I mean, not the planet, on the universe, because we are a unique and special
Definitely on
species.
this planet.
Yeah. When you watch the video, you'll hear some more stuff. I can't wait. But yeah, so you
And me
know,
too.
yeah, you do. But everyone out there, you know, you got to send us your messages, send us your texts, send us your videos. Is that if there's any footage of anything you filmed, anything spooky, was
Yes.
out of this world, um, yeah, just something was freaky deaky, you know, something was a bit like crazy, not crazy, but supernatural, paranormal. So yeah, and you know, maybe I'll try to find some archives as anything I filmed back in the day. I think I might have a laptop with some stuff on there, or might have something. So yeah, so I'll be sharing some videos.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a pretty interesting journey what we're all gonna go through, especially on this channel as well. You know, every Wednesday is gonna be a freaky Wednesday. It's gonna be so cool. We're gonna have so many guests on here, and sometimes we're gonna have like maybe 4 or 5 of us on here at the same time, all talking, all sharing our stories of, you know, and as well,
Nice.
all sharing, you know, and that's what we're here. We're here to share through not just stories, but just like emotional as well. You know, we might have a problem and we want to release and we need to talk about it. We're here. We'll talk about it. You know, on this podcast, and we'd be talking about it and healing other people what need to be healed, who are going through exactly the same emotion, you know, across the other side of the world. And they're like, wow, these dudes are talking about what I'm talking about. Yeah, I need to listen to this, you know. And that's the power of synchronicity. It's working in a phenomenal way.
The power of synchronicity. We could talk about it forever.
Mm,
It's gonna really help the video find the people that need to hear it.
yeah, for real, and you know that. That's it, Alex. That's what it's all about. So, yeah, okay, right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Creepy Wednesday, Freaky Wednesday, Weird Wednesday, Unusual Wednesday, whatever you want to call it. It's just, it's going to be a good time, and I can't wait to hear all your stories and all your adventures, what you guys have gone through, okay? So this is Shah and Alex saying many blessings, and I am thank you so much. I am thankful so much for you, Alex, you know, just sharing your stories, and you're gonna be a popular person on here as well. So I'll
Well,
be
I
like,
hope so.
yeah, of course you will. It'll be me and you as well. You know, there's been times where we're gonna be ciphering, and people are gonna be telling us their things they've seen, and we're gonna be able to break it down and say our version. And then we'll be able to speak to them, and then create a actual hub of information. You know, so everyone can just
Yeah.
share.
Shared perspectives is gonna help us grow faster. It's gonna be
Yeah,
amazing.
it is, and everyone on the right mindset, and that's what we're here for. You know, we're here just to we care. Simple as that. We're here to care, and yeah, I just can't wait for the rest of the stories to all come out because they're gonna be flooding. I know they are.
Yes.
All right, okay, right. That's it. It's enough jibber jabber. Right, many blessings, everyone. Okay, this is Shah
Sending
signing out.
love.
Okay, may everyone be strong, powerful, and always believe in yourself as well, because you know your life can change just like that. So always think positive, good words, good deeds, and good thoughts. Okay, all right. See you all guys later. I'll see you later, man.
See ya.